Hi everybody, just a video of what I've been kinda doing today, although this is probably an accumulation of what's happened over the weekend. This is the banner I had made for Dee for her birthday as part of Amanda and Dee's Double Bubble Birthday Challenge. So, and I'm also using this for my sparkle because in the morning I'm going to add some more glitter to it. But anyway, I'll just go through what we've got here. In the background there is an image of like an angel or a fairy reaching out with doves at either side. It is a very, very pale pink, which is why I picked this image. And it's meant to look very ethereal, which is why it looks quite blurred. It's supposed to be. I don't want it to be the main focus. I want it to just kind of be there. Then we have a few wee flowers up in the corners, and you'll see quite a few of them sparkling as it is. There is just small sparkly stamen. They're not all over. There is one, two. There's two in that wee bit. There's one there, and there's also one up here. And as I said, they just catch the light a certain way, and you see them sparkle. The rest are pink and cream. This was actually an error that the harp corrected. There was a tiny wee hot bit of glue that fell and distorted the background slightly because it's been Mod Podged over. There is like a canvasy feel on it, and the hot glue spoiled it. So what I done was I got a gold plastic harp and painted over it with a silver permanent marker and stuck it on. Since the angels, doves, harps, they all kind of go together. Up here we've got just a wee bit of diamante bling, and it's proper bling. We also have wee white organza flowers with a wee gemstone in them at each corner and in the centre. This corner is the same as the other one. There's a few wee sparkly stamens just to add a wee tiny bit of interest. As it says, I didn't want it too blingy because it's to be there long term and you can get sick of too much bling. Then I have these wee wooden buttons, and to tie the silver in I decided to go over them as well. And there's another one down here which again was wooden, and I went over it with a silver ink pen. I have added a wee bit of bead trim here just to disguise the lace a wee bit where that meets the paper, and the same along here. Down at the bottom there is more of the sparkly stamen. There's actually quite a bit down here, and a larger white and pink rose, two small pink roses, and then we've got a wee trail of beads just coming down. And this was a bigger pink pale bead, and what I done was I added a crocheted mirrored flat back to it just to add a bit of interest. This is just a pink oval bead, nothing fancy, and a small pink bead, again nothing fancy. And there is glue strands which I will try and remove as much as possible before I post this out. So that's the front. I did it actually initially print out the word D and was going to stick it on and use stickles just to add some highlights to it, but sizing wise it looked wrong, so I'm now going to use peel off stickers on it saying D, but I'm not sure how I'm going to go about it yet, so that will be getting done tomorrow as well. On the back, it's fully decorated as well. Again, just a wee floral selection down the sides. There's no sparkle really on this side. There's a glass type of bead there, and just the pearl trim round the sides. But there is no major bling factor. And the wee poem on it reads, a brand new day is dawning, and as it gets its start, I want you, that should be two, that's annoying. I just printed it off the internet. Well, I'm maybe need to work over that. That should be, I want you to know I'm thinking of you with warmth in my heart. I hope your birthday's special. No one deserves it more than you. You are such a kind-hearted person. It shows in everything you do. And so have a perfect morning and an even lovelier day. May happiness surround you, and always, not just for today. Lots of loves and hugs, always calm. So, I'm annoyed with that word missing. I'm really annoyed with that. And on the background of that image is the same. You'll see it very, very faintly. It's actually really, really faint. I actually blurred it as much as I possibly could into the background. So it's basically transparent. But the wee angels in the background, they were birds. But as I said, I did want it very, 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 very faintly in there. So that's been that wee project. And I'll get that posted out today, well, to Amanda, to put on Dee's birthday present from us all. And I will also be posting a wee extra something that I'll be making. And glue strands really are going to be the death of me. But I like it. I think it's quite pretty. It is pink, but it's not a pinky pink. It's a nice pink. I haven't added ribbon to the back as I normally would, because it's obviously going to be used. It could be used on either side. I'll leave it down to Amanda to connect it to a banner. This has been my other project. Now, many of you might remember when Jem sent me her challenge entry, she also added in a brown and gold hat box for my altar. Well, last week I started on it, and I am one of the slowest altar app people I know of. It takes so long to do anything. But I started off by gessoing the base of it, which I don't even know if you'll be able to see on here. It's really difficult. I've covered it that blooming well, but you might be able to see there. There's like a texture in that. That was because the gold box had brown felt or brown velour embossed onto it. So I had to kind of brush the gesso on quite thickly, and then obviously let it dry, and then I done a second coat because I wanted, when I did my decoupage, not for it to come through brown. I mean, you'll see it up there where the brown has came through. That was the fleecy part. The gold covered no problem, but the brown fleece took a second coat. In fact, you'll see even there under it, it is still slightly apparent, but not enough to make me worry. So then I decoupaged it with napkins, and it's the exact same napkin type the whole way through. And I tried to do it so that it matched. I'm a bit of a freak that way. I wanted the writing round the bottom so that it matched. And then we had quite a lot of the roses and music wise up here. The lid was a total mishmash. The lid was proper decoupage, where I had torn up quite a lot and just stuck them on willy-nilly. Then what I done was I gessoed a circle on, and you'll be able to see it ever so vaguely here. I gessoed that on so that when I decoupaged the rose on top, it wasn't going to merge into the background just as much. It does stand out a bit prouder than some of the background ones. Well, I think so anyway. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything else to the top. Part of me thinks I should add a small floral arrangement, but there's another part of me that thinks less is more, and I should just leave it as is for whoever gets it to decide whether they want to do anything else with it. I also think I actually might go around this with a thin black mark just to make the roses pop right out. Not sure at all. But they need something. They're just, I can see them quite clearly, but not clear enough. And as usual, it's got my butterflies on it too. So yeah, it's not bad. Then on the side here, we have just, and I haven't done too much to this. There's a small white gathered trim, and then just the cream pearl trim, and it's like the box style trim. Let's see if I can get it close up for you to see it. That's as best as it'll go. That trim all the way around it, and I think it does look okay. You can't really see it from above, but it also kind of disguises around the edge because you've just seen it and no more. And the join was here, so it's not too messy at the join either, which is nice. Then we have this here. Now, initially what I done was put the lid on, and the lid does fit pretty nicely, it's not jammed in any way. But what I done was I put it on, and then I find the edge. Here I think, yep. And what I done was I started with my glue here and just picked that back, added a wee bit of glue, stuck it on, and then just went round and kept lifting the lid so I knew it wasn't sticking on it. But I wanted it as close as possible to the lid, and I think I've achieved it. As I said, there's not much of a gap there, which is good because it kind of all falls on top of one another. There's a part of me that wants to add another bit of lace here, but I think it would just be overkill. But I'll see how the morning brings me. So that was where the line came in first. Then I added this lace below in line with it. So if you see, if you take out the middle lace, I added the second lace down below it in lines, and it also worked out in line with the bottom of the box. So I done that, and it was just missing something. It was too, there wasn't enough on it. So I went back and I added a third layer in between. Just enough to give it that extra wee bit of bounce. And again, I haven't added anything extra to it yet. Inside, I don't know, I've got a funny feeling I might end up painting inside or adding just a bit of trim round the inside here, because I hate that part there. And the lid, I haven't done very much with it inside. This is just the decoupage that I had left over from the outside. I just tucked it in and glued it down, but it's by no means masterpiece work. But I think as a hat box, it is quite pretty. I'll just scan the out of it so it's clearer far away now. There you go. I think as a hat box, it is quite a nice wee project. I don't think it's, if I received that, I'd be really happy. I mean, Amanda's hat box that I done, I knew who it was going to, I knew the concept in my head, what I was sending, and that's what motivates me. When I know who something is going to, that spurs me on to making it totally and utterly personal to them. I don't really like making or dressing up something too much until I know the person it's going to's personality. So, then my wee project shares for today. And I did also alter a small bedside table chest of drawers. It was gifted to me last week second hand, and I now have 3 drawers with my paper flowers in them. I have decoupaged them, and on the back, after I decoupaged them, I went over it with gesso, and it was so rough. I just put gesso on my hand, and then I just roughly rubbed it right in, so it actually looks really white and distressed looking. It's fab. I really like the outcome here, because what I had done with the back's only chipboard MDF anyway, but it was just when I pulled it out, if I was using flowers and if I had anybody in visiting, they weren't going to wonder why I'm using a wooden unit. So it looks prettier from the back, but it was just the napkin, I cut it in line and stuck it on. I didn't properly decoupage it, so it looked like a tiled effect, which I hated. But the gesso definitely takes away that look, because it's dull in places and bright in other places. So I like that effect. The front I have decoupaged properly, and all I have left to do is to white gloss the handles, and I will do that tomorrow. And that's it. There is pictures of them on my Facebook account. If I get time tomorrow, I will try and film it using the laptop, which will be a laugh because I've not used that yet. But we'll see how it works out. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye for now.